The third haircut in this collection, rounded layer, or in this books is classed as uniform layer. As you can see, my graduated bob's just kind of started to sit in now. It's just dried, just had a 2-minute break while I've had a drink. So it's just, you can kind of see the elongation as well as that slight bend through that back. So you know for a fact what that do as a blow dry. Now think about a graduated bob, it being one length in the front. It's not very versatile. It's not very flexible. It don't look great curly. Now personally, if you've got a graduated bob and it's got a fringe, it looks amazing. Particularly on that kind of textured hair, it's quite coarse and strong. If it's just not, then it can look a bit like two Cocker Spaniel ears if it's not careful. So I think what's more versatile and more modern now is a uniform rounded layer. It allows the hair to be moved from side to side. It allows it to be curly, to be straight. I just think it's a lot more kind of versatile haircut. I think that's what clients are wanting out of hair. So section pattern for this is from the apex, and we're going to pivot. The rules are exactly the same as to where we start from. Because this is this length, we're only going to start on the upper section. Remember that. Section 1 for a graduated bob is identical for section 1 for a rounded layer. It's that slight angle, working like that, and our starting position is that. It's exactly the same. Now what we have to take into contention is that the back of the head is round and we want it to be something uniform. So remember when we did square layer and we used the apex of the pivot and we pulled everything up and walked round, this is exactly the same. We're going to use the apex of the pivot and we're going to actually travel around the head shape at the back. We're going to travel around each section. So square layer, we pull up and we travel around the section. With a uniform layer, we travel and we pull directly out. Okay. Now, again, this should be lower. This should be centre of my chest bone. But so we can try to film it so you can see the section pattern. It's a little bit higher and we're going to slightly pull the head back. Okay. So, as I said earlier, section 1 is identical to section 1 on a graduated bob. So I just need to make sure that she's in the centre. Cool. So I'm just going to demonstrate what I mean by that now. Personally, so you're not kind of, I would get that and I would clip it out your way. We're not cutting that side, okay? We're going to cut this side first. So section 1, we're going to pull out. Just for demonstration purposes. That was his guide and we cut that same angle. Now this is the difference. Unlike a graduated bob where we never moved his feet, I'm going to take a little half step and then we're going to take a section that's in line with me. So I've already cut that, I'm leaving it, but every single time I'm picking up the pivot that is the apex. This little piece of hair, this circle piece of hair is going to travel around. Now I'm a lot older than you guys and we used to draw circles by putting a nail in the centre of a board, getting a piece of string, and we used to put a pencil on the end and go round in a circle to create a circle. That's exactly what the pivot's doing to us. It's going to make sure that we're working exactly the same the whole way around the head shape. So I've cut that, I no longer need it. That's my guide there. Don't go any lower than that, I'm not going inside. I'm going to pull out. Because you've already cut your graduated bob, the first 3 sections nothing will come off because you've already done a graduated bob. Okay? So if you want to try to do this on the second run, when you go back to one length and you want to try and do rounded layer and forget about doing a graduated bob, if you're good at doing that, then you'll start to see hair coming off there. But remember, it should never be any longer than 2 inch. Drop that section. You can kind of see where I'm independent. So again, I'm going to come across. I'm going to take the hair at the apex, because that's the important pivot. So that was section 1, independent. That was section 2, independent. There's my guide. Pick it up. There it is. Now some hair started to drop because I'm getting towards where it was one length. I'm still not cutting inside that section. That's my guide. That's my guide. A, you're just joining A to B together. Drop that section. Take a little half step. Again, make sure that we're collecting that hair there at the apex. Elevate out. Drop anything that's below where the section should be. Again, guys, just pick it up, have a look at it. There it is, look. Hang on, so I'll get a little bit more so you can just see it a bit clearer. Okay, there's a guide. There's the apex. Look, there's a guide. Yeah, you see? There it is. That little short piece. That's going to tell us where we are. Okay. That's the light. I'm not cutting inside that, remember? I'm going to go through that section. I'll just do that again because it was a bit untidy. Okay. And this is now, I'm just slightly behind the ear. This is the last section where we're going to need the apex. Section, you can see all them individual sections. I've not disturbed them as I've worked my way around. Pick it up. There it is, look, the short. Through that section. You can see now that we're back to cutting that 2 inch, but we're still joining it to our lower short section. I'm not coming inside of that. I'm not cutting right to the very bottom because that is my angle. Now we've travelled round the back of the head, which is rounded. Now we're on the side of the head, and the side of the head is flat. So instead of having to pivot, we